Just a quick edit, this actually came out with the Funko Pop vinyl things as this video was about to go live. So here you can see a camouflage Master Chief in there. So some potential customization stuff in that. I'm just slotting this in, but enjoy the rest of the video where this wasn't a thing when I edited it. Halo Infinite seems to be dropping news bit by bit lately, just small things to keep the hardcore fans on a leash, and it's working too because we've seen a new enemy elite which looks incredible, as well as the new concept art for the default Mark 7 armor, which in my opinion looks bloody beautiful. But on the topic of armor, I've seen some leaks. Yes, they might be toys, but don't get your hopes up for some crazy in-menu stuff from Halo Infinite. But what we see looks cool on a surface level, but I think it's strongly suggesting that Halo Infinite will have more customization than ever. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Ultimate Halo.
Hey up lads and lasses, Fletch here from Ultimate Halo, and thank you so much for tuning in as always. In this video we are going to hit up some Funko Pop leaks. We're going to discuss some things that 343 have previously confirmed regarding the Halo Infinite customization system, as well as some other reveals that I've kind of glossed over in the past but actually give a lot more than I kind of let on previously. So we're going to break all of that down and we're going to discuss a lot more around my speculation of the armor customization and what I think will be added and what I think should also be added more from a crazy wishlist kind of perspective. So first and foremost, one thing I want to travel back in time with is that we started to see some mega constructs revealed many months ago now. I was actually quite vocal that it was annoying to see this stuff before we actually saw it even in the game. In some way or another, looking back, I'd say I'd still prefer to see it in the game, but it is clear that the in-game versions will of course look much better than the toys, just to kind of set your expectations for it. All in all, I think that Halo Infinite's armor will look great, but what do these toys show us? I've done plenty of breakdowns with these images before, so I'm just going to hone in on this one piece we've seen for the Spartan Recon armor. The first thing I want to note is the colorization of this Spartan. Typically in Halo games you can change your main color and then the accents of the Spartan, but here we are seeing the forearms and the calves painted. This indicates that we will be able to color certain parts of how we please, but then look at the bottom of the legs. Can you notice how their body is nicely polished, looking nice, clean and new, but their legs are frayed with scuff marks along all of the edges? Not a coincidence, my friends. This is absolutely going to be in the game, I would say. I wouldn't just believe it's an accident or just happens to be a thing on just this one toy. Everything we've seen so far looks quite deliberate, and these sets seem to be accurate in some level of the game. We've seen the weapons, vehicles and the anti-air turret all reminiscent of what we saw in a lot of the trailers so far. So okay Fletch, you've pointed out just one picture. Just one. So what else? Well, glad you asked. So I've not seen this one talked about a great amount over the internet, but Funko Pops have been leaked fairly recently, I believe, online, and my god do they look cool. But not only that, they're really giving away what could be in store for Halo Infinite's customization. Of course, on the top left we have Chief with the assault rifle, but it's in the other three that cause a lot of interest to me. Well, maybe not the top right, it's kind of all just one colour, but definitely the bottom two in particular. So at the bottom left there is a Mark 7 armour, and what we are seeing here is that their armour is coloured very differently. The arms and the legs are different, but is also the front plating of their chin below the visor that has different colours also. This could show that we might be able to edit certain parts of armor plates in the final game. Of course, who knows? Then to the right we have the Mark 7 armor once again with a shock rifle, which I suspect is this gun from the Mega Constructs. The differences in this armor is that the right arm is different, the visor is black, which we pretty much expect most Halo games now to have different visor colours. But then look at that accent below the chin and above the visor, which is the cap. There are small decals that are coloured red, and every other Spartan has it as black instead. Now, we're not actually strangers to having decals on Spartans on armour now either. Halo 5 had a variety of these, but if I'm honest, I really disliked them because they already added way too much detail on top of armor sets that were already way over detailed and noisy anyway. So in this version, it's nice to see they're taking more of a subtle approach to the armor design rather than cluttering it, because of course we haven't seen the full breadth of it yet, so it's important to bear in mind that there will likely be more decals available over time. All of this to me has a very distinct Halo Reach vibe, and for those who have watched 343 community live streams, we've had Chris Lee mention in the past that those who loved Halo Reach's armor customization options will love what's on offer in Halo Infinite. That's what it's looking like so far, but it's clear that 343 are taking more steps to ensure that fans are getting some super cool options to express themselves when they're playing in multiplayer, and who knows, maybe they might allow you to do it in the campaign. I doubt that, because obviously it's a Master Chief campaign, but that was such a cool part of Halo Reach, and if we could have some level of that, or maybe customizing Chief in some way, that would be an excellent idea in my opinion. But okay, at this point, what else do I think could come to Halo Infinite? This is the part where I just want to take a little bit of time to speculate, and I stand strong in saying that different armor finishes based on this image here is going to be a thing. Different colours on different parts, decals, and what I'm really hoping to see is for you to be able to add your emblem to your armor, much like we had on previous Halo games. We've already seen the Monster Energy icon and skins that we're going to get from buying their drinks, so what else? Obviously, this is just my hopes and speculation, but one thing I would love to see come into the armor changing is the undersuit colour. We fought, and when I say we fought, Pixel Flare on Twitter fought for years to get Halo's undersuits to go back to black, and I don't want to slap him in the face and say I hate that change, because I'm all for black undersuits, but it would be cool if we could add a tint of colour to them, just make them look a little bit yellow, green, blue, orange, whatever colour you want, just to have an additional bit of customization and expression through you as a player. I'd also like to have additional pieces for each armor set available, like in Halo Reach, because there were some armors you could add a visor cap or an antenna or a certain part of your Spartan. I think it would be all great additions, and also such as utilities you could add to the side of your thigh or your wrist. It was a really great way just to add that little extra bit of detail, and I think with Halo Infinite, if they can do something along those lines, maybe have different kinds of backpacks to make you look like George and really thicken your armor out, I think that would be awesome. Hopefully this is just the start of things to come, but who knows what 343 have in store for us. I think we're in for a wild ride, but honestly I do need some more Halo Infinite news. The delay really did demotivate me, and it kind of came at a good time in my life anyway, because I'm wanting to do YouTube full time, but of course I've had some really good opportunities come up in the meantime which I can concentrate on, but I can't wait for more substance and for this to be shown off even more. I do really want to know your thoughts. Once again, in the comment section down below, let me know what armor you would like to come back in Halo Infinite. Do you think any of this has any bearing on the final game in the slightest? And a subscription to the channel would mean a lot. Really curious to know your thoughts. Once again, my name is Jack Fletcher, and I will see you next time on the one and the only Ultimate Halo.
Subscribe now to Ultimate Halo for more unfriggin' believable Halo content.